Doghouse time. So the only thing that I've changed since the last time we saw each other is I added a king post right here. Let me give you a real quick rundown of what my plan is. So I'm going to take some of the OSB I have lying around, smack it on all of the walls, obviously cut out holes for like the entrance and my little window, cover all of the OSB with some black plastic that I have lying around. It will look a bit like Dexter for a hot sec, but that's okay because that's not the end goal. Once I have my OSB and plastic on, which is basically going to serve as my house wrap, I'm going to put a bunch of these little panels on. Yeah, first order of business would be sanding them, which is unfortunate because I have quite a few to work through. You know what I've just realized? After sanding the first, like, what is that? So that's 10 of 50. I should cut them to length first, so that way I have to sand less wood and also finish less wood. So let's cut it first. Okay, so I've turned the house on its side just to kind of give you an example, but this is what the sides are going to look like. You know, but of course I'm going to finish this and do all my stuff to it, but that's what it's going to look like. And here's a cross section. You can see they overlap like that. We just gotta do this a bunch more times. This is gonna be a very confusing cutaway. The reason I have to be indoors is the finish that I want to use is this consistency. Here, listen. Hear that? No? Oh, yeah, that's because it's a solid. So, we are inside for the time being. This finish right here is a combination of two things. It is 2 parts pine tar, 1 part linseed oil. You put them together and it makes this solution. Now, this is still really thick and viscous because I haven't warmed it up yet. But when it is at a proper room temperature, it's actually somewhat liquidy. Pine tar actually has antifungal and antibacterial properties, so it actually helps things like wood and rope from succumbing to dry rot, which is actually brown rot, and despite its name, it needs moisture to, you know, propagate. And I know right now it looks like it's like a symbiote and it's just consuming the wood, and you might think, oh, it's just gonna look black. No, it won't, trust me. Now, you really should treat this stuff like the plague. I got some of it on my stainless steel sink, you know, and you think, oh, stainless steel, nothing's gonna like stick and get into that. I had to use steel wool and abrasive soap to get it off. So, trust me, this stuff stains. All right, so that's 1 done, 50 something to go. Well, I've run out of linseed oil, but it's okay because I only have 1/4 of it done. I fear I may have bit off more than I can chew. In the meantime, I'm going to do something that doesn't make me go insane. We're going to be turning this from a skeleton of a house into a house. Dog house. You know what's happening. Come on. I just want to look cool. Oh, that's the wrong one. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. It totally just looks like a little house now. It's so cute. It's so adorable. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is apply my plastic to this part. Now, it might seem weird the order that I'm doing this in, and it is, but I ran out of OSB for up here. I can't imagine you guys want to watch me do a bunch of plasticking, so I'll just, Okay, so what I have of the building is now plastic wrapped, as you can see. Okay, don't look at that. That's spoilers for the video. So it is a new day, which means we're going to do this part right here. Ooh, that's a nice fit. And plasticking is boring, so I think I'll just... Nice. Folks, I'm happy to announce it's time for the roof, which means it's time for the tin! Before we can get to what we've all been waiting for, or what I've been waiting for, I do have to do something else to this roof. You see, if I was going to put the roof on right now, there'd be gaps here and here. I'm going to cut these down to length and stick them in all of these gaps. Now we just have to do this 8 more times. And you know what? I'm really fond of the magic in this one, so... Great! Now there's one more thing I want to do. This roof doesn't come to a point, so we can just lay one of these in there. Problem solved. Okay, now it's time for the roof. So a while back I went to an estate sale where I got this saw, but I also got all of these fasteners for free. Actually, that's not true. I got all of those and all of those for free. Actually, I lied again. It was $15. And there's a lot of this stainless steel hardware in there, so I'm gonna pluck through and see what I can use for the roof. So I'm going to use these relatively small sheet metal screws. Now, the biggest problem I foresee with these is real screws for a tin roof like this have a little silicone washer basically, and that is so when you screw it in, it has a seal against, water dripping in. However, I really want to see if these will work. And if they don't, I can go buy some of those screws. I want to try it without buying anything because I like not buying things. So you might realize that as of right now, this won't work very well as a roof. But that's okay, because I have this old, really big piece of aluminum angle iron. I don't know what it is from or when we got it. But as you can see, it caps off the roof real nice. So we'll cut this, I think screw it in, but whatever we do, we'll get it on. In 1, 2, 3. Woo! Nice. I'm a bit under the weather, so I'm just gonna narrate this. So here I'm finally putting on the siding that we spent so much time to make. You have to start at the bottom and work your way up because otherwise the siding would let water in instead of making it slide off. Here you can see that I'm cutting out the pocket for the window. It's kind of awkward because I had to cut chunks out of 2 of the pieces of siding. The back was real nice at first, just a straight piece of wall. Then I reached the gable, and because I'm not good at math, I just guessed and checked the size of the cuts until they fit. The front was also pretty easy. I just cut a bunch of small strips for either side of the entrance and then did the same guess and check for the gable. So, let's get a nice smooth transition to these finishing shots. So, you may have noticed that I was only taking pictures of it from this angle, and that is because I ran out of this, so I couldn't actually do the back. And it's going to be 2 weeks from when I can make more, and this video is already delayed enough because of my untimely sickness. So I figure we can just treat it like one of those old West buildings that's just a totally flat facade held up by barely anything. Also, for the finishing, boiled linseed oil and pine tar, just boiled linseed oil, and this has nothing on it because I want to see how this will age and decay without any finish. But I am so happy with this. I think it looks fantastic. And if you're wondering why I'm not taking these final shots outside, it's because this is too big to fit through the doorway and I need help to lift it over the fence. Treat. Yeah, the treat's in there. The treat's in there. Buddy, the treat. Buddy, it's right here. See the treat? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, come on. I don't think he understands that he can go inside of it. Look at the guy. I think he's gonna come out. No, do you not want to come out? Is it great? I don't think he enjoys the ramp. I think it shifts a bit under his weight, and I don't think he likes that. There's a link to the first video where I actually framed the house down in the description. I'll make a community page update when I have the back all finished. So subscribe if you want to see that, and have a fantastic day. I hope you don't get as sick as I still am, honestly.